And if you don't want it, you just let me know. And it's pretty good. Okay, now I can smell it.
Sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned anything.
What? That's fine. You know, I'll go close the windows. Let's begin and then I'll close. Yeah, it smells like burning garbage.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's,
Yeah.
it smells like Asia.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember when we had the smoke invasion here, and it was so, like, particulates in there, oh, this is like India, it's always like this.
Well, like massages.
Huh?
The content of this thing,
Yeah,
and it's small.
yeah, that's true, Los Angeles, that's right. Yeah.
It's not as agricultural.
All right, so we'll begin. So cross the legs at the center of the shin, roll the front thighs in, broaden the backs of the thighs and over the floor, sitting bones. Roll to the forward edge of the sit bones, driving the sacrum in and up. And continue that lift up through the central channel, through the top of the head. So there's an effortless lift in the torso as you root down into the sit bones, release your legs to your knees. Take your hands, make little teacups. Bring your hands behind you, you can put that on your support or on the ground. Lift your upper arm bones up and roll the shoulders back, and then draw the inner edge of the shoulder blades down. Bring the shoulder blades on the back. And maintain this lift of the side body, pressing the fingertips down and the side body up. And then release your hands to the thighs, and so that you're not overly shutting your ribs and sacrum in. Take your tailbone toward your pubic bone just a little bit, lift the pelvic floor. Widen across the lower front ribs and diaphragm, and draw the sides of the waist back a little, so the lower back ribs come up off the top of the sacrum. You see that the shoulders are over the hips and the ears over the shoulders, tucking the chin slightly. Let your eyes look down or close your eyes. And just take a few moments to observe your breath. Those you just lean back a little bit more. Yes, get the weight in the seat, and let your sense of gravity descend into your seat. And then lift up from there, just as towards the seat a bit. And observe your breath. And then as you do so, allow the breath to gradually expand. Nice and deeply. And feel that gentle flow of the breath seeping into all the parts of your body. So warming the body with the breath, energizing your body with the breath, and awakening, enlivening all the parts of you, all the way into your arms and legs, hands and feet, toes and fingers, up into your neck, brain, heart, senses. There's an awakening, but it's relaxed, alert, peaceful. And sound. Then bring your hands to prayer position with your heart, with your thumbs. Bottom sternum to top, when your upper arm goes back again, and rub the shoulder blades down. Bring the elbows in, draw the elbows down, and connect the outer edge of your upper arm to the outer edge of your shoulder blade. This your thumbs firmly into your sternum, the side of the base of the thumb, fingers up. And then we'll chant Om together, and we're opening chant Om response. So take a deep breath in and out in preparation to chant Om. And then inhale deeply, long. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhavatu, Sahaviryam, Bhavavahai, Tejasvi, Namadikam, Astuma, Siddhashavahai, Take a little deeper breath, going into the upper body, and then as you exhale, release your head over forward. And release your hands down to your thighs, and pause your curvy breaths in the soft Jalandhara Bandha, the throat seal. And as you release the head, soften the front of the throat, draw the trachea, the front of the throat towards the back of the neck, so the hollowing in the front of the throat. And then release the sides of the throat back towards the back of the neck and up along the jawline towards the base of the skull. Releasing the muscles at the back of the neck and the base of the skull. And releasing the muscles of the scalp to the forehead, forehead to the eyebrows, eyebrows to the eyelids, eyelids to the cheeks. So letting the head, the brain, the eyes, and the other senses cool down. And let that energy drain out of the brain and into the heart center. So we have the thinking brain and settling into the sensing and feeling body. You keep a sense of yourself emanating from your heart center, not just the front, but the back and the sides as well. And with your eyes closed on an inhale, slowly curl up the back of your neck, moving your head up, ears over the shoulders, and with your eyes closed, raise your gaze until your eyes come to level. And then soften your eyes, open the eyes towards the back of the head, soften the inner corners of the eyes and the outer corners of the eyes, and move the eyes back. Not pushing the eyelids, and soften and broaden the internal focus. And so that you're looking ahead from the back of your skull, allowing the eyelids to gently float over. And then we'll go ahead and extend the legs, beginning to Virasana forward. So, coming to the this way, back of the mat. So sitting on your heels, your toes together, knees apart. If you need some support for that, you can take it. Wide-legged child, so basically. Once you're just sit for a moment and let the legs decompress. And so deflate the legs. Deflate the calf muscles, the thigh muscles, spread the flesh and descend the bones. Feel the heaviness of your pelvis and your heels, and from there we'll rotate the pelvis around the femur bones, the thigh bones, to come into a forward bend, right? So the legs stay firm and the pelvis rotates forward. And then bring your hands on the ground, and you might want to back up a little bit so you're all the way on your yoga mat. Yeah. Okay, so we do a forward bend here. So spread the palms well and extend the fingers well. And roll to the inner edge of the fingers and the outer edge of the thumbs and snuggle the palms into the mat. Pushing down into the hands and forward into the fingers, keeping the buttocks on the heels. So not to overextend the arms, keep the arms in the socket as you go. And then work your hands a little more forward. And reset the hands and press down into the hands and forward into the fingers. Now observe your elbows. The elbows tend to bend, right? So squeeze the elbows in towards each other and up towards the ceiling. And then broaden the top edge of the shoulder blades and wrap the shoulder blades around towards the front of the body. Pushing down and forward. And then coming a little bit more and slowly you shimmy your ribs down between your thighs and tuck the chin again towards the clavicular notch. So open the back of the neck. Not to ground your upper back, so your thoracic vertebrae from the very bottom of the rib cage up to the neck, move that in towards the sternum and up towards the head side. Yes, much better for you. And then you may find that you need some support for your head, so you could take a block or a blanket, but you don't need to be in a rush, right? So you're just extending the sides of the body in the forward bend here. So this is like downward facing dog, torso and arms, right? But you're supported. So as you're able, keep your elbows off the ground, keep your arms strong, squeezing your elbows in and up, broaden the shoulder blades, wrap them around. And then as though someone gently pressing on your shoulder blades, you bring the armpit chest closer to the ground. So the armpits come closer. Tucking the chin, release the muscles at the back of the neck, the base of the skull, and eventually you bring the forehead down at the hairline. And you pull the skin of the forehead towards the nose to be more relaxed.
So bring your arms just a little bit back, and bring your arms into socket more and broaden the top edge. Don't squeeze the shoulder blades. Wrap it, yes, keep going that direction, more and more, yes. See how that gives you space, right? When you pinch, there's no space. Yeah, and then breathe into the back body, not to overextend the thumbs. We tend to overextend the thumbs. So bring the thumbs a little in, right? And spread more the index and middle and ring finger, the base knuckles, rather than the thumbs, because we tend to hyperextend there. Maybe even the pinkies we don't need to overdo. It's the middle three fingers that's the base of the hand. And then we'll come up onto the hands and knees and go into Svanasana, downward facing dog. So once again, come to your hands and knees and adjust your hands so your hands are toward the outer edge of your shoulders, okay? And then spread the fingers and extend the fingers and push down into the hands and forward into the fingers. The outer edge of the thumb meets the mat and roll to the inner edge of the fingers. So you're not hanging out on the outer edge of your hand. Try to press more to the index finger and middle finger and thumb base knuckles. You push down into the hands, forward into the fingers, and move your hips back toward your heels. Curl your toes under. Draw your outer ankles in and press down from your inner heels to your big toe mound. So you open up the bases of the toes and then push down and forward into the hands and fingers and inhale, lift your hips up and let your head release down. Keep your heels lifted for a moment and assess your hands. So respread the hands and the palms, pushing down and forward. Squeeze the elbows in towards each other and up away from the ground and roll the shoulder blades to the outer edges of the back. So broaden the top edge of the shoulder blades. And then as if someone's pressing your shoulder blades into your back, move your chest closer toward your thighs, especially the top edge of the shoulder blades. And then widen your inner thighs right at the pelvic floor and move that back. And then as though someone's pulling your outer hips back as well, reach your heels back towards the back of your mat and slowly down. As you lift the front of the legs up, so the head of the shin bones at the ankles, lift that up. Lift the inner ankles up to the inner knees and the outer ankles up to the outer knees as you reach the heels down and back. Lift the kneecaps and then press the thighs back. So use the legs to pull the hips away from the rib cage to get more length in the torso. Release the head, let the abdomen hollow and spread on the back body. And observe your breath. And then walk your feet a little forward, walk your hands a little back, and come to Uttanasana, standing forward bend. You can go a little bit wide for slower rest of the day. And use blocks if needed. Widen your hands towards the outer edges of your feet, pulling your elbows out. And then draw the elbow tips through the triceps to the shoulder blade at the armpit and lift the shoulders and the shoulder blades up. As you release the head down, tailbone to the head. And slowly open the backs of the legs. So release the hamstrings up from the backs of the knees to the sitting bones and widen the sitting bones, the pelvic floor, the backs of the thighs, the buttocks. And then root down from the backs of the knees to the heels. There's a tendency to lean back into the heels. So lean a little forward toward the front of the heel of the ankle bone and release the torso down. Let the head be heavy. And again, let the abdomen hollow and spread on the back body. Widen the diaphragm and the pelvic floor. And then coming up, walk your hands just a little bit in front of your feet and come to your fingertips and look up. Draw the shoulder blades away from the base of the neck, firm the kneecaps. Roll the sitting bones down, lift the hamstrings up, pull the belly in, looking forward, in comes the arms out and up, come up to Urdhva Hastasana. You can adjust your feet sitting on the distance apart. And be here and breathe. Scoop your elbows low, and just look straight ahead, eyes soft, face soft, jaw soft. So observe that the feet are parallel. Okay. Lift the kneecaps up. Widen the inner thighs to the pelvic floor and roll those back towards the wall behind you. And maintain that as you keep the tailbone a little bit forward and up at the pelvic floor. And then root the thighs back as you go to the side of the sacrum to it. And then from the outer hips in, as you root down, move the outer feet, lift the inner feet up to the pelvic floor. And then lift the ribs directly up off the hips. And lift one rib up off the other rib and lift the arms more and more.
Take the arm more back and then squeeze the backs of the ears with your arms. And keep doing that until you bring your palms together and Urdhva Namasarasana. Put grip the elbows and roll the armpits towards each other and broaden the tops of the shoulder blades. Squeeze the upper arms in. Good. And then separate your arms, take a breath, and exhale, and lower your arms down. Good. So we'll do some Surya Namaskars and salutation and do a couple of variations. So pull the mat a little bit away from the wall, so not right at the wall. And then you can take blocks and then put them to the side of the mat. You won't need them right away. You won't need them unless you need them for sun salutation. The low lunge, we'll do a high lunge, do a movement in sun salutation. So come to Tadasana, you sit there with this with the heart. Firm your knees, firm your elbows, put your arms down, and extend your fingers as well. Put your arms a little back so you can access the arm of the chest, right? And as you pull the arms down and back, lift the chest up against that resistance, right? Inner groins back, so not to push the inner groins, but we're widen there, and move that back as you take the tailbone a little forward and lift the pelvic floor, and the thighs back, sides of the sacrum and floor, and then firm down from the outer hips to the outer feet, and lift up from the inner feet to the inner front. Good, thumbs down. Okay, good. And then roll your palms out. So your shoulders roll open and inhale, reach your arms up. Take your head, go back and look up, palms together if you can. And then exhale, come over into Uttanasana, standing forward then. Pause here for a few breaths, releasing the torso down like a sack of sand, from the tailbone to the head. Slowly opening the backs of the legs, lift and broaden the shoulders as you release the head down. And see about hollowing the abdomen instead of pushing it out and forward. See if you can release it back and up. And then coming to your fingertips, lift your head up and inhale, bring your right leg back. I'm not going to hear you. And then lower your knee gently and point your toe, okay? Then draw your outer ankle in so your foot isn't sickling out, but point straight down. Press the top of the foot down and lift the knee up like up dog. And reach back from the psoas, so the hip flexors, across the top of the knee and the quadricep to the top of the ankle and the foot, as you sink your left knee forward and down over your toes in a low lunge, and then gently lower your right knee down. Press into your fingertips, coil your spine, and look up, and take a breath. And then exhale, look down, push your left knee back, so your left knee is over your left ankle, throw your right foot under, and lift your right knee up to your high lunge. And then flat palm, step back. Straight arm chaturanga. Send your heels back, extend your torso forward, firm your hips, and then exhale, gently lower your knees. Spiral your inner elbows forward, pull your elbows back as you move your chest and chin forward and down, hips up. Ashtanga-asana, 8-part step. Then you can extend your legs back or curl forward, and then curling up into cobra, high cobra, or low cobra. Draw the elbows a little down and back, so bend your elbows, don't stick your arms. Pull your elbows back, right, and then lift the center of your body, that's it. And then exhale, pull your waist in, you can always go into a little child's pose, so if you bent knees or straight legs, and come up into Adho Svanasana, downward facing dog. And just be there for a couple of breaths. Good, now inhale, bring your right leg forward. Bring your hands, come to your fingertips. And gently lower your left knee down and point your toe. Draw your outer ankle in, press the top of the foot down, and then lift the knee up like up dog. And extend back, okay, from the psoas across the top of the thigh. Lift your knee more, reaching, lift your back knee, yeah. And then sink your right knee forward of your toes, right, in a low lunge, and you gently lower your left knee down. Press into your fingertips and curl your spine and inhale and look up. Exhale, look down, push back, right knee with the right ankle, pull the belly in from the outer hips, lift your left knee, look towards your right foot, exhale, step forward into Uttanasana. Release your torso, widen the inner thigh, pull the outer hip back, and let your full torso release, tail to head down, shoulder blades lift up and broaden. Looking forward, come to your fingertip, roll the sitting bones down, pull the belly and hamstrings up. And then inhale, reach your arms up and look straight up. Head goes back, palms together if you can. Good. And then exhale, roll your arms. Bring your arms back, and reach up. Look up. Exhale, release over. Hands beside the feet. Uttanasana, buttocks broad. Inhale, step your left leg back. Knee down to a point. And then again, lift the knee, spiral the thigh as you reach down. Right knee comes forward, toes, you extend the left leg back, come to your fingertips for your spine and move up. Look to your right knee, pushing back from your waist, flat palms, lift your back leg up and step back, straight arm chaturanga. And then exhale, you can do knees to chest chin, you can do a half chaturanga with the knees down or a full chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or a dog. Exhale to down dog. You can go through child pose, bent knees or straight legs. Couple of breaths. Get the weight back in the legs by pushing down into the hands forward into the fingers, taking the shoulder blades on the back, pressing the chest towards the thighs, and then pulling the inner groins back and the outer hips back. Hollow abdomen. And then shift your heels up, so you shift your weight forward, look between your hands, and inhale and bring your left leg forward. And your fingertips below your right knee to the toe. Draw the outer ankle in, press the top of the foot down, lift the knee, spiral the thigh, extend the leg back as you reach the left knee forward, and of the toes, and gently lower the right knee down. And coil the spine and then look up to strip the front of your right thigh. When you push back, left knee over the left heel, pull the waist in. Throw the right toes under, firm the outer left hip in. Exhale, step forward to Uttanasana. Release your torso, widen the buttocks away from the side of the sacrum, and bring that down toward the outer feet as you lift the inner feet up to the pelvic floor. And then looking forward, sitting bones down, hamstring up, keep going up, inhale, come up, pick up. Exhale, lower your arms. Okay. So we'll do one more round, high lunge. I feel like I'm right in front of you, Paulina, so. Okay, sorry. That's okay. Okay, so come to Uttanasana. Do one more. Roll your arms out, inhale, reach up. Reach two. Right in line. Up. Exhale, release over. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your head up, come to your fingertips, step your right leg back, high lunge. Firm your right knee. You can keep staying on your fingertips or flatten your palm. Take your left hand to your left knee, so we're gonna do a little twist. Bring your right shoulder towards your left knee towards your right shoulder, and then turn and look up beyond your left shoulder. Good. And then take your left arm out to the side and up, like a wing opening up. Extend back through your right heel, extend forward through your torso, and bring your right shoulder blade on your back to turn one. Take a breath. And then exhale and bring your hand down, flat palms, step back. Straight arm chaturanga. And then you can exhale to bend arm chaturanga, knees chest chin, or some combination of chaturanga to cobra or up dog. And then exhale, coming to down dog. Take a breath. Couple of breaths. Turn the kneecaps up as you root the heels down. And press the legs back, pull the legs back, so you use the legs to bring the hips away from the weight, from the ribs, so you have a longer, leaner waist. And then lifting your heels, look forward and inhale, bring your right leg forward, stay in high lunge. So lift the left knee, firm the waist, keep your left hand between your fingertips or flat palm. Right hand on the right knee, bring your left shoulder and right knee towards each other and turn to look up beyond your right shoulder. Extend back to your inner left foot, extend your torso forward, and then you open your right arm up like a wing. Move up. Take a breath. And then exhale, bring your right arm down, and exhale, and step forward into Uttanasana. Full breath. Roll up buttocks, backs of thighs, shoulder blades lift, torso goes down. Moving forward. Inhale, reach up, descend the buttocks, lift the pubic, look up, exhale, lower your arms. One more, inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, release over. Uttanasana. Inhale, step your left leg back, so stay in the knee up, high lunge is Alanasana, actually. You're gonna bend your left knee, so your left heel comes over the ball of your left foot, bring your outer hips and come up. So your back knee can stay bent for now. And then lift your hips upright as best you can, sitting those tailbone forward. You're upright with the pelvis, from your outer hips, from your waist. And then start to straighten your back leg. The heel will stay out from there, but you're just reaching back, so you're stretching that front of the left leg, right? And then extend your arms, spiral your hands out, and you can reach your arms up. And then bring the armpits towards each other, shoulder blades broad. Pull your upper back and look up, sink a little deeper. And then start to reach your arms back, reach your head back, a little bit towards your back foot. Good. Take a breath. Exhale, bring your hands down, flat palms, step down. And then you can go through straight arm chaturanga to knees touch chin, or half chaturanga, full chaturanga, inhale to up dog cobra. And exhale to down dog, full breath. In down dog, firm elbows for knees, spread the fingers, press down and forward. Root the heels down as you lift the ankles up, inner and outer ankles up to the inner and outer knees, knees up to the groin, and press the thighs back. Get the weight in the legs, and try to root the heels down as you lift the front legs up. And then lifting your heels, look between your hands and inhale, bring your left leg forward. Come to your fingertips, pull your right knee forward, right heel over the ball of the right foot from your outer hip, from your waist, and come up. And to find that balance. And then you lift the frontal hip points up, take a sitting low tailbone forward. Start to reach back with your right heel. You straighten your right leg. And keep bringing the right buttock around, upper left knee, upper left hip, and keep the hips square. Pull your arms down, spiral your thumbs down, and you want to shake your arms up. Broaden the top of the shoulder blades, hollow the arms. And then sink a little deeper. Try to keep the back leg straight as you do. And oil your upper back in and reach back towards your back foot. Take your gaze up and look as you're able. Good. Take a breath. Okay, exhale, stay on your fingertips. Take an inhale and then exhale, step lower to Uttanasana. Broaden the buttocks away from the sides of the sacrum. Outer buttocks down through the knees to the outer feet. Lifting your feet up. Release the torso down and breathe. And then looking forward, come to your fingertips, stay here for a moment with your kneecaps. Okay, and then roll the sitting bone down with the hamstrings up, pull the waist in, and then inhale, come up. Come straight up, side to side, lift the throat back, look up. Palms together again, straight elbows. Exhale, lower your arms. Okay, good. Okay, so we're gonna do at the wall. Natra asana. So bring your right hand to the wall. You don't need a mat. And you want to be not a straight arm with a bent arm, just so you can touch the wall and use it to balance. Okay, kind of just not for a moment. Put together, legs together, firm arms, knees, torso. Not to hyperextend the knees, right? Squeeze the outer shins in. And inner groin back, top thighs back, winching a little bit more, yes, that much, yeah, good. Okay, and then keeping the outer hips firm, the waist firm, the gaze steady and broad. You're going to keep the right hand on the wall. You're going to bend your left leg, right? You're balancing on your right, and then you pull the top of your right foot. Okay, and then slide towards your toes. So then you're pulling the left knee down, so it meets the right knee. You can take a look, and as you do that, pull the foot up, right? Pull the waist in, so try to keep the pelvis neutral, so it doesn't spill forward, right? And then if you can, you're gonna take your right hand back too, right? And hold the foot from the outer right hip in. So two hands hold the foot, lift the upper arm bones and roll them back when you're drawing the inner edge of the shoulder blades down. And pull the foot up and even out the knees. Good. And then release and we'll do that on the other side. And then turn around, let the hand to the wall. Stand into Tadasana for a moment so you feel the foundation, the firm foundation. So now you're balancing on the left. You can bring the hand to the wall as you take the right foot, right? And then you work the hand up towards the toes. You reach the knee down and back, and then you pull the toes up. You're gonna get more strength, more stretch when you do that. And maintain the upright pelvis as you do that. And then as you're able to take your left hand to the foot also. and then lift the upper arm bones, roll them back, draw the shoulder blades down, squeeze the elbows in, pull the foot up, and take the knee down, and lift the pubis up. Yeah, knee back, a little more faina if you can, knee back, and down, right knee back. Pull the knee, yeah, more, there. Yeah, buttocks down, pubic up as you maintain the knee there. Good. That's it, release, good. Okay, so you can only look down and see, yeah. So now we take it more to the more full expression of the pose. So again, the right hand is wall, and then you take the left foot, right, 2 hands. So the first thing is you're getting into this position again. Turn around, yeah. And then you start to extend the leg back, 2 hands, right? So it's a little bit like bow with Dhanurasana, right? So you pull the leg back, have a straight leg, then lift the torso, and then if you're able, you can take the right arm up, right? And continue to push that left leg back into the foot and lift, but not to open the hip. Try to roll that left hip around to the front as you do. Yeah, keep pushing that left leg back towards Baina and up. Yes, good. You'll tilt a little forward. That's okay. Then you keep uprighting yourself as you open that leg up and back. Yes, good. Good. Take an inhale, exhale, coming back, same way you came in, right? So you come back, and then release, and you get on the other side. Okay, so left hand's near, and the waist, or now the hips, so you have balance, right? Take the right foot, pull the foot up, knee back down and back, so they're even. Keep your gaze steady and broad. And then you start to push the foot back, and that's gonna pull your arm back. So you wanna have lifted your shoulders and rolled them back. It's like chest opening, the belt, right? So then at some point, you release, extend your left arm up, but continue to push that right foot back and up. And then roll the right buttock around. Right? Yeah, good. That's it. And lift the left arm up and back as you do. Good, beautiful. And keep pushing that right foot back and up. Yes, good. Right buttock around to the front, right ribs around to the front. More and more. Yes, good. Left arm up and back. Good. Right leg back and up. Good. And then gently. Yes, beautiful. Gently release. Very good. Okay. So then you take all Uttanasana, warrior three. So first is just coming to the wall, hook in between. You start chaturanga arms, just in line with the elbow. Then you turn the hand out and sit back. Okay, so you end up ideally hips over knees over ankles, and then you're not dipping here, nor is the head dropping. So keep the ears in line with the arms. You root the thighs back as you send the torso forward. Then you're also trying not to round here, right? Or dip. So you're trying to find that line. Then we'll take the right leg, and this often happens, right? So you can roll the right buttock around and extend. And flex the foot, push through the heel, right? And turn the foot down, that helps you see, right? That you're doing, and move that on the left as well, okay? We're good. But first, just go to this straight leg, yeah. So come off the mat, and change so that there's no.
So you should be at your waist, your hands should be.
So your elbows, where your elbows are, you bring your hands get closer to the wall. Yeah. And then you turn the hand out. And then you go, yeah. And then you may need to adjust your arms if you're very tight. That's fine. Right. Good. And then stay right there. And then you pull the hips back and reach your arms forward. That's it. It's good, Richie. And keep the waist up and roll the buttocks and go down. Yeah. Head up a little, Brittany. Head up, Paulina. Head up. Yeah. Tuck your chin as you lift the head up. Just keep the ears. Yes. That's it. And then this deeper. Yeah. And roll here. That's why we turn the hands out. Yes. Good. And then if you feel comfortable, go ahead and extend your right leg back. Yeah, good. Push out through the heel. Yes, and this I think with the toes down, help me roll that right foot down a little bit more. And then draw the outer left knee up to the outer left hip. Keep both arms in so equally extending. Yeah, good. Good, Wenching. Yes. Good. Outer left knee to outer left hip. As you extend, roll the inner right back and extend that right heel back. Good. And then lower the leg. Beautiful, Lewis. Come down, take a breath. Now, if you need to take a rest, you can walk in. Take a rest and walk back out again. If you're okay, come back to that flat back, forward bend, and then extend the left leg. See the other thing. So broaden here, yes, wrap the shoulder blades around this, so yeah, lift the head up, tuck the chin, yes. Listen, yeah, that area, yes, now it's the lower back, good. So here, outer right knee up, the outer right hip, roll the left buttock down, roll it, yeah, good. So then even, and then even out both sides of the arms and the torso, and then you discover, right, this is the side of the heart. Okay, so in, good. And roll the inner thigh up and extend to the inner heel, good. Not too far from the legs. Good, yes. Good, oh, this side's hard, there's me, yeah. Good, okay, straighten the right leg. And then take the chest down when you do that. Take the chest down and straighten the arms. There you go, wenching. And now extend through that inner heel. Go ahead, push and lift that leg up. Lift it, straighten the knee. Okay, good, lower the leg down. Good, yeah. So actually, most of you, that was the harder side. Yeah.
I'm always leaning on my left leg, I realize.
Right, yes, and that's actually what never was telling me, that's why I was trying on the left, because that's my stabilizing leg, and then I do everything with the other arm, that's like the dominant side, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. But
I balance better on my left.
yeah, I do too, I used to balance better on my right, and now I balance better on my left. Okay, so then it's Utkatasana to shift, so come to the, so now roll out your mat. And stand in Komatsana feet. Firm elbows, firm knees, different torso, soft eyes. Okay. Feet leg all the way together. Lift the torso up out of the hips, not to sink, right? You're gonna root down from the hips to the feet and lift up in the inner feet to the inner groin. So that's the lift to come to the center line. That's the front line of the body, the deep front line or center line. Yeah, so that's the core of the body, like an outer core. You lift that. And you root down in the outer body, from the outer arms to the outer hips to the outer feet. Lift the front body and descend the back body. Good. Okay, and then inhale, take your arms up. Good, reach your arms up high. Exhale, bend your knees deeply. Bend your knees deeply. Now observe how the weight goes forward. Draw the head of the shin bone back and sit a little deeper. Coil your upper back in and look up at your hands. And then try to bring your palms together and straighten your arms up. Good. Thumbs up. Thumbs in. No, the other way. Towards your fingers. No, keep your hands together. Keep your hand the way you were. Just bring your thumbs to your fingers. Yes, because if you pull the thumbs back, that strains the shoulders in there. Good. Okay. Sit a little deeper. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Yes, sit a little deeper, and then inhale straight leg, and exhale lower your arms. Such a fun pose. Okay, so we'll do it another way. Stand this master feet. Take an inhale, exhale. Resets, firm elbows, firm knees, lift your torso. And now we're gonna exhale and sit deep and try to touch the fingertips to the ground. Keep your thumb. Yeah. Inhale, exhale, bend deep, touch your fingertips. Yes. From here, inhale, take your arms up. Good. Now lean back a little, sit back a little, pull the weight back. Yeah, lift the torso up, look up, palms together. Breathe in and out. Good. And then separate your arms, inhale, straight legs. Exhale, lower your arms. So that's not really called chair pose, although we call it that. It's called fierce pose. That is fierce, right? Yeah, okay. So now we'll do the Utkatasana twist, okay? So we're going that same way. So inhale, exhale, just take a moment. Okay? Inhale, exhale, bend your knees deep, touch the ground. Then you bring your palms in prayer position. Now you're gonna hook your left elbow over your right knee, okay? Draw your left knee back towards your left hip, right hip forward, so you even out the knees and hips. Top elbow presses through the wrists, they're all in line to the bottom elbow. You resist the knees back into the elbow. You turn and look up beyond your top elbow. Breathe in and out. Release. Arms up. Inhale, straight legs. Exhale, lower your arms. Okay? Not terrible. Do that on the other side. Okay, take a breath in and out. Okay. Keeping your arm down like this, you inhale, exhale, bend deeply, touch. Prayer position. So try to get the wrists in between the elbows. Then you're gonna hook your right elbow over your left knee, draw your right knee back to your right hip, left hip forward to the left knee, push top elbow through wrist into bottom elbow, turn and look up beyond the top elbow. Sit a little deeper, take the head of the shin bones back. Take a breath in and out. Good. Untwist, arms up. Inhale, straight legs. Exhale, lower your arms. Woo, okay? That's Utkatasana twist. We won't do the full one. Full one is the arm on the ground, hand on the ground, and then arm up. You wanna try it? Okay, you insist. Well, do it. I'm see. I know, you say that. So, arms straight, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, bend. Now, you can use your right hand on the outside of the right leg, hook the left elbow, and see if you can get your fingertips at least on the ground. You can use a block and turn, and then take your top arm and open it up like that wing. Good. Sit a little deeper. Take the shins back. See if you can flatten the palm. Almost. Yes. Take a breath. Untwist. I have to keep my fingers down. Straighten them up. Yeah. A little forward bend is good. Wow. That's intense. One thing about fall, it is hot today, I know. But in Ayurveda, we try to get the heat out of the body before winter sets in, because then that heat creates dryness, creates infection. So think of that. Get the heat out, okay? So firm, breathe. Okay. And the exhale, bend. Okay. Now you can use your left hand on the left thigh and try to keep your knees and feet straight, right, and hips. Hook your elbow, right elbow, bring that hand down on the outside, and then you open the left arm up like a wing. And turn and look up. Yeah, good. That's it. Sit a little deeper. Yes, wenching, sit deeper. Yes, and you take the head of the shoe bones back towards the heels. Sit, no, butt down and do it. Yes. Good. Release, fingertips down. Exhale. Conditionals. Oh, yeah. Woo. Oh, I just got a big run. And then looking forward, take the arm back and up. With the Hastasana. Exhale, lower the arms in this now. Forward bends, lower the blood pressure. Back bend and arms up as the back bend raises the blood pressure. So we often do that after. So the blood pressure evens and then twists neutralize everything. Okay. Now you want your blocks in front. This is a standing top yoga class intensive. But we're not holding the poses long, okay? So it's kind of touch and go, okay? So stand in, oh, actually stand in Tadasana, keep it quick. Okay, hands to waist. Here are you. Step your left leg out. Okay, your back foot turns in deeply, and your front leg points straight. Bring the left buttock back, the left thigh around, straighten that leg. Press into the outer back foot, inner front foot, bend the knee. Look through your leg, right? Go a little wider if you can. And the back foot turns in more like 60 degrees, not 90, right? So turn back out. No, the other way. Yeah, there you go. So you get more stability. So you try to bring that left buttock for you. Lift the kneecap on the left leg and press that shin back and get the weight in the back leg like a stake in the ground and sink a little deeper into warrior A. Try to lift the hips up, upright, bring the left buttock around. Try to lift the hips off the right back. Yes, as you bend the knee. Good, extend your arms. Spiral the thumbs out. Inhale, take your arms up. Good. So this is Virabhadrasana number 1. Straighten your back knee, which straight, yes. Keep turning towards the front as you do it. Outer right knee to outer right hip as you roll the left buttock around, so it's a little deeper. Straighten back knee. Coil the spine and look up. The arms are straight up, the head is back. Bring the palms together. Take a breath in and out. Exhale, lower your arms, hands to hips. Straighten your front leg. Lift your back heel. Step forward. Tadasana, feet hip width. So keep the feet hip width, okay? So Tadasana becomes like Shavasana, right? A standing wrist. Okay, hands to waist. Now you step your right leg back, and the toes turn in about 45, 60 degrees. Okay. So the front leg is straight, back leg turns in. Outer left knee to outer left hip as you roll the right buttock around. So you square the hips to the front, and then press into the outer back foot. So the ankle, the calf, and the shin turn out as the thigh and the buttock roll in. You have to find that sweet spot. Stake that heel into the ground. That's your standing leg. Not this one. It's not the bent knee. It's the back leg that's stabilizing. Then bend your knee. And readjust. Out of the hip, roll the right leg. Maybe scrunch your toes a little more forward, and be wider, it's a little deeper. Roll the right buttock, back of the right leg, out of the, yes, exactly. Lift the hips up off the thigh, stabilize the back leg, extend the arms from the elbows. Turn the hands out, inhale, sweep the arms up. And then armpits towards each other, shoulder blades broad, so a little deeper. Now slide the sides of the throat back, arch the spine, not just the neck. Move the thoracic vertebrae in, look up, palms together. Sit a little deeper. Reach into the outer back foot, inner front foot, take a breath. Exhale, lower your arms straight ahead, straighten your front leg, lift your back heel. Push off and straight forward. Good. And awesome. So let's do Virasana A, warrior one. This is very hard pose, and it's for back bends, right? All these are to open up the front of the leg for back bends. Okay? But that's also good for forward bends if you're like a split kind of situation, you have to open up that side. That has to open the other side of this. So both are important. And like we're always closing this area by sitting, so this opens. Remember, three come from warrior A. Hands to waist, step your right leg back. Sorry, your left leg back. Yeah, your right leg is forward. And then turn your hips, right? Outer left, bring your left buttock around, back of the left eye around, and then straighten your back leg and stand into that heel and bend your front leg. Keep turning that left hip around and then lift the hips up off the thigh. Bring the hands in the front of the hips and lift the hips up. Sitting both, yes, and straighten the back leg. Outer back foot and the front foot, sit a little deeper. Good. Arms down, spiral. Inhale, arms up, hold the blades drop. Okay, now from here we're gonna go to warrior three. It's a balance, right? You're gonna exhale and extend a little forward. Now lift your back heel, step a little forward. So it's like Ardha Chandrasana. You put the weight in the front leg, and you lean down. And then as you straighten the front leg, extend through your inner back foot. Yeah, flex the foot, go a little lower, playing that. Yes, keep going lower in your torso, playing that. Down more, down. Yes, yeah, down more. Straightening down more, down. Yes, roll the left buttock down. Yes, take a breath, beautiful. Exhale, step back. Good. You can take your arms up or just hands to hips. If it's too, if you're already hot and bothered and whatever, step forward. So if your torso is up, your legs need to be down, right? So don't just think of lifting your leg, right? Think of getting your torso parallel, then the legs need to come up. And then you have the foot flex so you can see that you're turning it out and roll it in, okay? And the standing leg, you have to lift that outer knee up the outer hip, so you're not sleeping, okay? So look to the other side, hands to waist, step your right leg back over the forward. And go a little bit wide, right? Outer left knee to outer left hip, you roll the right buttock around, back of the right thigh, and stand strongly in that outer back foot, inner front foot. Lift your hips up, right? Bend your knee. So as you bend, the hips start to open, right? Outer left knee to outer left hip, roll the right buttock around, back of the right thigh around. Lift the back knee, straighten lift the head and shin bone up off the top of the foot, just like a down dog, and sink. Yes, straighten your back leg, straighten your arms. Put your right buttock around, back of the right thigh around, yes. Keep turning, spiral your arms out, inhale, raise your arms up. Broaden, your shoulder blades, follow. Yes, coil the spine in, already, good. Take a breath, exhale. So you're not all the way parallel yet. Now, as you shift forward, get lower, right? And then as you straighten your left leg, spiral your right leg down, and extend the inner foot, and reach the arms forward. Lift the outer left knee to the outer left hip. Good. Roll the right buttock down. Roll it down. Yes, keep going. And go lower in your chest. Go lower. Yes. Good. Good, Brittany. Keep going a little lower, right buttock down. Good. Straighten your back leg, one shin. Straighten the knees. Flex the foot. Flex the foot. Grip the knee. Good. Exhale, bend your knee. Flip back. Good. Then come and start forward. So I have my sheet here. You okay? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know it's not humidity. 91% humidity there. So I had a teacher, Kofi Busia, my year teacher. And he would say, look, even if you're worried to be like this, you've got to at least try sometimes to balance, you know, they look right in your blood. That's not terrible, right? It's not even personal. Yeah, very much this year. Yeah, he was right. Exactly. So the next pose, we will do one more. Well, we'll do a couple more, but one more here challenging is Ardha Chandrasana. From warrior number three going into, so warrior A, warrior or 1 to 3 to Ardha, revolve, Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, notice the pen. Tadasana, firm arms, legs and torso. Hands to waist. Now, you're gonna step your left leg on. And then that back leg is turned in deeply, so you can turn the buttock and thighs, strong back leg, right? Stand in that outer back and the front knee. So before you're ready there. Lift the hips, right? Yeah, bend the knee, straighten the back leg. Extend the arms, spiral. Inhale, and as you come up, broaden. Coil the thoracic vertebrae in. Yes, good. Now, you're gonna extend forward. This time, we're gonna take the hands on the blocks. Shift your weight forward, move the blocks so that the blocks are right under your shoulder. Okay, now you can look back and turn that left foot down and lift the outer right knee to the outer right hip. Then you're gonna keep the left hand on the block, look towards your right knee, and start to lighten up that right knee. Keep extending the left leg strongly, and then you lift like a clock. Open that arm up like the wing of a bird, and bring the left shoulder blade on the back, and try not to dip the left hip. And keep extending. Yes. Good. See, it's not terrible. Good. Keep turning. Left shoulder blade. Yes. Yes. Straighten back leg. Wind chain. Straighten knee. Shout to the heel. Yes. Good. And then you bring that hand down. And you step back. You don't have to go too far back, right? And then you come forward. So the blocks are just a little bit too forward. That block is a little too forward. So you don't want the hand reaching, right? You want ideally the hand over the shoulder. Tadasana. So it's a hard pose, right? But we're not holding long, just one time. One time only. So we do the other side. Okay. Against the waist. Now you step your left leg back, you step your right leg. Left leg back. Right? Outer left knee, outer left, roll the right buttock, straighten the back leg, firm the knee, bend the front leg with the hips. So always reassess where you're at, right? It's like Tadasana to these poses. Step that back a little wider out to the side, and yes. And to the side, towards the list. Yeah. There you go. Straighten the back leg, extend the arms, spiral. Arms up, pull the front. Coil the thoracic vertebrae, sit a little deeper. And then exhale, reach your arms forward. So the blocks will be a little bit forward. And then as you shift, you're gonna lift your outer left knee up to your outer left hip, roll your right by the ground, extend through that inner right foot. Assess the blocks are right under your shoulder. You can lean a little forward into the blocks. Right? And then you keep your right hand on the block, look to your left hand. Keep lifting that outer left knee up to the outer left hip, rolling the right buttock around, and start to open that. And as you open that arm up and out to the side, extend through the inner right foot and lift the outer left knee to the outer left hip, extend the torso and revolve. Press the right shoulder blade on the back and turn more. Let me see. Yes, right shoulder blade on the back, lift the left shoulder up more, train it, roll it. Yes, good. That's it. Good. Open that shoulder. Yes. Straighten the top knee, straighten, good. And then gently release the hand down. So that leg is going out to the side. And then you can step back and okay. Survival. I think we just have a team. Let's do one more. Okay. All right. So the first thing is yes. So you just pull your right arm across with your left arm. Draw the shoulder blade down. So you stretch out your deltoid. Draw the shoulder down. Yes. Draw the shoulder down. Down. That's it. Okay. Good. And across. And as you go across, turn your ribs to resist. Right? Do these and do that on the other side. Oh, don't pull too much across. Start and lower. Yeah, don't lift. Lower. Yes. And then twist back towards it as you pull it across. Right? Do not twist the area. Bring your ribs toward the left. More. Yeah. We're down. Yeah. Good. Okay, please. So then you swing your arms like this. Now, I'm not going to mirror you on this. Okay. So when your right arm comes up on top, you come up. Okay, so your right elbow, I'm going to turn around a little. Right elbow's on top and move that elbow in front of the left elbow, right? And then so you turn your hands to face each other, and you bring your right hand forward, left hand back, and bring the palms together. So your thumbs can face your right ear, okay? Then you turn your hands to face your face. Then your bottom hand is your left hand, you make a fist, top hand, you wrap the paper around the rock, and you lift. So you're lifting the bottom elbow and snuggling it up, and then you turn again and open your palms. So you get a little tighter snuggle, right? And try to straighten your wrist. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, now Squeeze the elbows in towards your body and draw the shoulder blades down. Draw the shoulders down, right? And then press the elbows into each other. It's like you're pulling them apart through each other to broaden your shoulder blades. Can you feel that? Turn your hands more. Now, relax that. Lift your elbows. Move your elbows away from your body. Turn your hands more. Get your wrists over your elbows. Shoulder blades down. And then again, squeeze the elbows and try to pull them apart. Try to get that right shoulder down. Right. Yes, more. Keep going. Yes. And then you pull, you squeeze the elbows through each other, pulling them apart. And then gently release. Okay. Now you really feel something. Yeah, don't overdo. Okay. All right. So then we'll do that on the other side. So that's what we must know arms. Okay. No, Dalradasana. Sorry. Dalradasana, eagle pose. So swing your arms just to release, right? And then left elbow on top, come up. And the left elbow forward the right elbow, right? So you bring the right hand back, left hand forward, and cross the arm, palms together, thumbs face your left ear. Then you turn, thumbs face your face. So your right hand is on the bottom, you wrap the top and you snuggle that right elbow up into the bottom elbow. So they get pretty tight, and then turn and open your palms and turn, okay? So you're working that way. Then squeeze the elbows in towards your body, and then draw the shoulder blades down and broaden the shoulder blades and try to squeeze the elbows together, pulling them apart from each other, right? So you broaden the shoulder blades. Okay, then you release. Lift your elbows and move them out. So your elbows are just in line with your shoulder, not above, right? Turn your hands more, pull your wrists out so they're over your elbows as best you can. And then again, shoulder blades down as you do that, and you squeeze the elbows together. We're trying to pull them apart from each other, through them, through each other. And turn your hands as you go. Turn, yes. And then good. Okay, now take it back to the wall. So you have your feet a little bit forward. And you don't need that. And then you slide down. Like Utkatasana. Big knee a little forward. Take your arms up. Slide a little more, lean a little forward. And come off the wall, right? So you can balance there in Utkatasana. Easy, right? Easy. Then straight legs and come down, lean back. So you can adjust your distance. So this is, we're going to work on Dalradasana, ego pose. So I will attempt to mirror. Okay. So now you bend your left leg, cross it over your right. So now bend your your standing leg, sit down. Okay. Now take two hands and roll that top thigh in. So it's internally rotated. Both thighs turn in. Now you can turn your hips a little on the wall and then sit this top leg down onto that bottom leg. Point the foot and try to tuck the toes behind the calf. That's it, fine, good. And then you roll back. So your hips face forward. Now, you can stay with your hips on the wall, right? And now you have your left leg on top, left arm on top, Dalradasana arms. Okay, now you can go a little deeper and bend your knee a little, shift your weight a little forward and come off the wall. And then keeping your balance, you lift your arms up, right? And then you start to lift your bottom leg. Straighten as much as you can and then release. Good. Straighten up your torso more when you shake. Straighten up your torso more. Good. Good. That's it. And then come out. Very good. Good. So you start deep and then you start to come out, even as you squeeze the bits, right? Without hurting yourself. Okay. So squeezing them.
Just your knees are bent.
Yeah. So you're trying to, once you balance here, right? Then you try to come on up, keeping everything, and then undo. Okay?
Even your knees are straight and me.
Start to straighten. They don't come off with straight. Yeah. Yeah. And then once you get there, you're going to squeeze again, and then release. By squeezing, you squeeze in, and it's hard. Other side. Okay. So lean back. Bend your Utkatasana, just a little bend, right? And then you are right. Right. So you roll that thigh in, roll both thighs in, right? Swivel. Point the foot, and then you flex and kind of try to get it behind the calf, and then come back. Sit this leg down, top leg on the bottom leg, right? Keep your buttocks on the wall. Now, right arm on top. Turn your hands, right? Now go a little deeper. Sit a little deeper too. And then you start to shift your weight and lift your torso to your balancing. Buttocks off the wall, right? Then you lift your arms, turn. You're looking through your right eye. Your left eye sees your arm. Then you slowly straighten a little bit, squeeze. Really? Yeah, good. Good, Bridgie. See, even though you got a little wiggle, right? It's okay. That's like, you know, Something happening in the garden. Yes, good wind shape. That's it. Very good. Okay. One time only, you did it. Okay. So now press reach to Uttanasana, wide legged forward bend. So you can turn to face each other. Two here, facing in the middle. Okay. And then take whatever support you need through that. You can just keep them out like that. I'm turning this way, you can see, right? Heels at the back of the mat, feet parallel. You can have a block if you need through your head. Okay. So check that the outside edges of the feet are parallel, hands to hips. Take the heels to the back edge of the mat, know where your legs are on the same line. And then hands to waist. So step back by you, so your feet are at the back edge of the mat, so you know both legs are on the same line. And then you can check the outer edges of the feet are parallel. A little wider, a little wider. Yeah, hands to hips. Okay. Now inner legs, press to the bone, widen the pelvic floor. I'm going to take the buttocks away from the side of the sacrum and then bring into the outer feet. As you lift the inner feet up to the pelvic floor, lift the pelvic floor. Lift instead of dipping the hips forward, try the best you can to draw the belly in, find release the buttocks down. Yeah, and lift the hips up right. Good. Then it's like lift and roll your shoulders back. Draw the shoulder blades down, squeeze the elbows in. So it's like bridge or shoulders down, arms. Yeah. Or chest opener. And then inhale, look up. And then keep your head back with the chin of your exhale, bring looking forward. Then look down, bring your fingertips on the ground and keep your head up. Keep your torso upright. Okay? So widen your pelvic floor and roll it back. Your groins back. Pull the outer hips back too. Firm the knees. And then keeping your hips and knees over your ankles, extend your torso forward. Get more length. So absorb your upper back. Move your yes, more like that. Chin up, up. More, up. The more you lift the chin, observe how the upper back comes in. Can you feel that? Maintain that as best you can. And then you come down, and you bring the head down, and the hands are flat, palms flat, and hands are like shoulder width apart, elbows stay in, shoulder width apart. Push down with your hands, forward into your fingers with the shoulder blades up, and take the spine and head down. And press equally as you're able, hands, feet, and head. So go a little less wide, don't take your head all the way down, use a block. Yeah, you want to keep the hips over the ankles, so don't lean forward, yeah? Put your head up on a block. Yeah, so bring your head more towards your feet. Yeah, and bring your hands more towards your feet, more, like chaturanga arms. Yes, move your hands more back. Yes, elbows in, shoulders up, head down, knees straight, good, breathe. Yeah, and then just stay there a minute. So if you turn the block this way, you have more front to back actually with your head, right? Release the back of the neck, shoulders up, good. And then try to relax in the pose so it can become a restorative pose. Palms flat. Yes, good. That's it. Good. Elbows. It's like children that. Yeah. That's it. Good. Spread your hands and push down and forward. So it's like you're going to come up in the headstand with your hands here. Yes. Bring this way. Yeah. Good. I'll slide a few hands over your hands. Okay. Okay. Here. It doesn't matter if you don't quite touch. Okay. Just bend the shoulders up. Head down, and then slowly release the hamstrings up and move the heels down and take the weight back towards your hips. Yes, there you go. There. Right your feet up. And then straighten your legs a little. Pull your elbows back. Yes. Pull your head towards your feet. Head towards your hands. Yes. Head in. Elbows in, shoulders up. Yes. Yes. Okay, and then coming up, head up, just lift your head up, straight arms. So you want to keep the weight more in your legs, right? And then if your legs got really wide, you want to build your feet in a little bit. No, outer buttocks press into the outer feet, lift the inner feet up to the pelvic floor, draw the waist in, hands to hips, lift the pubic bone, lift the hips, descend the buttocks. All the way, if I can lift your hips up. Buttocks forward, thighs back. Pubic up. Yeah. Good. And you put your feet together. You're all ready to go. From your elbows, from your knees, Soften your gaze, broaden your top chest. See that your ears are over your shoulders, shoulders are over your hips, hips are over your knees are over your ankles, eyes are soft, gaze is broad. Good. Take your chin back, fatty neck. Tuck your chin a little, tuck it down, yes. Eyes up, good. Look straight ahead, pull the thumbs down alongside the index fingers and pull the arms more back. More back, arms back. Yes, and straight down, pull the elbows down, pull the wrists down. Yes, and lift the chest up against that. Yes, good. Eyes back, and your joints back. Yes, there you go. That's too much. Now, if you keep the thighs back in, but adjust the pelvis slightly without moving the legs, without moving so they're separate. Yeah. And then bring it back. Maintain. Relax here. Pull this in. And it's very slight. That's very slight. It's very slight. Good. Okay. Without thinking you into your Shirsasana, right? So when we go up, good. Right? No. You want to be like, not that, right? And not this. That's the butt falling down to the head. You want the butt lifting up to the heels, right? So everything's straight. So we'll do Shirsasana. You can do it in the middle of the room, you can do it against the wall. You can do the elbows down and then use the block if you're not ready for headstand. Okay, so let's see what you do. And if you're not sure, do you do headstand right now? I what's on my arm. So you're not doing that. Yeah. So then take the mat for the wall, fold it in half, and then you can do this. I think it'll do. Yeah, and take the skinny edge from the wall. You don't need it all the way like that. Just not nuts like that. That way you can kneel on it, your knees, right? And then you can take a blanket here for your elbows, also if you want a little more softness. And then the first thing is with the block flat, right? And then you want so the head is off the ground, and the block, top edge of the block is at the bottom of your shoulder. So you're just walking in as best you can. And lifting in your legs, outer legs, lift the torso, press up against the block and just release the head, right? And if you want to work on lifting one leg, you can, you don't have to, okay? And then this one, of course, is more challenging, right? So if you decide to do that, then you can bring the elbows a little further from the wall, but you still get that, and it's so nice. See, that was too extreme for me, but this is really nice, right? So you can see. So you have to be able to walk in. Good, let's press the forearms down, center of the forearm, lift the shoulders up. That's always the case, right? Shoulders up, arms down, good, buttocks up, and then inner feet up. Lift the inner feet up and pull the outer feet down. Flex the feet a little bit more. Lift the inner heels more. Yeah, inner heels up a lot. Yes, good. Pull the outer feet down as you do it. Lift the big toe mounds up too. Yes, there you go. And then relax the feet a little bit, but use the legs. Grip the knees and lift, squeeze the legs together now, and lift the hips up. Yes, lift the legs, good. Knees straight. Open the backs of the knees, so feet look forward. Yes, feet forward towards the rope wall, towards your face. Bring your feet, towards your elbows, towards your face, towards the rope wall. Yeah. Inner thighs back. Sorry. That way. Yeah. Good. Good one, Shane. Beautiful. So interesting. That's a good one for you. Easy. Now I'm gonna go from here. The only a little bit, okay, yeah, so kind of lift this leg up more. Yeah, and so that moves in a little. It's like up that, yes, a little bit, and then turn a little bit back. Yes, and keep taking the leg up and back to the roll ball. Don't let them fall forward. Good. Yeah, keep trying to lengthen that side. Yes, lengthen with that leg. And that's good. Yeah. Good. Good playing. How's that for you?
Stretching.
Torture, is that what I said?
Stretching.
Stretching. Good. Now lift your heels up. Yes, lift your hips up. Keep the inner thighs, outer hips, lift everything. Yeah. Good. So that gives you a sense of how to do headstand, right?
Yeah.
You lift. Yeah. And then just come down and rest if you have enough. You can take one leg up, but only if it's not too much. And your left elbow is a little further back than your right elbow. So I would move it. So come down and take a rest. Walk your knees back. Yeah. Good. Okay. Good one, Chi. You can hold that all day. That's good. So you can still work a little bit, so I'll just give you one or two more things, okay, are you okay?
Yeah.
Press, so think how your hands are opening, so your top of the form is on the ground, you wanna turn this way. Right, so that so this bone is stacked over this bone, and you press the center of the form down and lift the shoulder blade up, take the front rib back and the buttocks up. Yeah, like that, yes, and lift the inner feet, flex the feet a little more, and lift up to the ceiling, touch the ceiling with your feet. Yes, yeah. Good, and keep lifting here. Yes, good. Yeah. That's good. Good, all right, coming down. So this is a very common thing, like when she was holding it well, that she was resting on almost the whole back of her forearm. There's no strength there, right? You have to go here, and then you stabilize this bone over this one, press the forearm down, lift the shoulders up, lift the leg, and then everything gets lighter. So you're using your muscles such a different way than standing, right? You're using your muscles to lift your bones up off your head, basically. Yeah, okay, so now come on down, reaching and rest, and then we'll do a couple of variations of the bridge, Chaturasana. So do have a belt, actually. And then have a blanket. So we'll do first without the belt, and I'll tell you. So this is to help get the shoulders organized. So take a blanket like this and have the clean edge at the back of the mat, like your head's gonna be there. And then when you lie down, you want to have the shoulders on the blanket, head off. And then just watch me for a second. So you have your feet like sit bone width distance apart, right? Feet parallel. And then you press into your feet with your hips a little bit. And then see, you don't want to pull your shoulder away and over lengthen your neck, okay? What you want to do is roll your shoulder under, like we've been doing, right? Under. You see, so now my spine is in, it's not touching. Right, and then I press the outer edge of the upper arm down, the elbows aren't touching, that doesn't matter, it's here. Right, and then the chest lifts and the inner edge of the upper arm lifts and the hips lift. And you come down. Okay, so you want to keep the shoulders on, but the neck and head off. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Do it a couple of times. Okay, scoot back a little, scoot back a little, yeah, scoot back a little bit, your neck is on there, don't interlace your fingers, don't interlace your fingers, right, bend your elbows. Right, and then scoot back a little, yeah, and don't pull your shoulders towards away from your feet, don't do that. Go back and towards your ball, yeah, there you go. So instead of pulling the shoulder down, you roll it under, and then you lift the back ribs up, press the outer edge of the upper arm down, keep the elbows bent. Inner edge of the upper arm up, back ribs up. That's it. And lift the hips. Yes, that's it. You just have your hands like that. They stay active, right? And keep pressing down here and lifting this up. Externally rotate the upper arm and find access to the lift of the chest. Don't bring your hands on the hip. Just stay there. Yes, you have to use your strength. Yes, lift your hips. Turn your toes in a little. Winching more. Turn your toes in a little. Oh, that one was okay. Yeah. Okay, good, beautiful, Louis. Beautiful. Good, fine then. Good. Come down. Take a rest. So are you able to roll your shoulders under your neck with freedom for your neck? You able to feel that a little bit? Good. So then you can repeat that coming up, and then you can do the interlace, right? But don't go right for the interlace because you actually get better adjustment with your elbows bent and using your strength of your back and your legs. Then when you take this interlace, it's not just a nice add-on, right? Instead of doing the work. Because when you do it right away, then you pull the shoulders away from the knees and you don't really stabilize and strengthen. Yeah, lift your hips a lot, winching, and lift the back ribs. Lift the back ribs. Yeah, keep the heels down. You can, and just with the outer edge of the upper arm down and lift. Yeah, so see what happens is you kind of collapse when you do this. Right, so you lost everything. Come down. And move away from the wall, you're too close to the wall, your head's too close. Yes, bring your feet a little closer, a little closer, closer to each other, not back to your body, closer to each other. Yeah, that's it. The outer knees to inner knees, inner knees to inner feet. Take the outer hips to the outer knees, lift the hips. Lift, good. Now press the outer edge of the upper arm down, lift the inner edge of the upper arm, lift the back wrist, don't lift the eyeballs, lift your heart, good. Release your hands and come down, take a breath, good. Okay, beautiful, Louis. It's, look at him, he's firm, he's steady, he's lifted, but you see how peaceful that is? This is what you want here. That's better, much better for you. Yeah, good. So then I'll show you another way. So then next way is you fold it like this. Okay? So you take it, the blanket like this, fold it in thirds, okay? And then you put it on your mat. Have a belt handy. With the belt, you're gonna double it like this, okay? And you do it the second time with the belt. So you want your head and butt on the blanket, right? And here, now you can, it's a little wide, maybe depends on how wide you are, right? But still, you can dig your elbows down, lift your chest, roll the outer edge of the upper arms down. So now see, here they're not down, right? Look here, the deltoid. Now here, they're down, and this part is already up, right? So I'm already arched and ready to go. And then I lift up, right? And then I can take my hands towards my feet, walk my feet back and touch the heels. So I want you to just try that much. Then the second time we'll do this, right? Which is Chatush Padasana. Okay, but let's just do the first thing first. Okay. Try to get the outer edge of the upper arm down. Bend the elbows, lift the hips. Walk your feet a little more forward, reaching more forward, more forward. Just your feet. Yeah, that's the too far back. Yeah, good. And then go ahead and start to lift your hips a little. Just actually roll your hips forward, like you're arching your back. And then dig your elbows down, lift your chest up, and try to roll your shoulders under and get the outer edge of the upper arm. Around the outer edge of the blanket, that's it. You're pressing that outer edge of the upper arm down, inner edge of the upper arm up, and the back ribs up. Yes, now come up from there. Yeah, so see, keep that lift. Yeah. So the trapezius comes that way. Yes. And steady, lift it. Yes, first there, and lift the hips. Bring your feet a little more forward. Yes, lift the hips high. Yes. See how much more you can get in the chest. Yes, exactly. Good, lift your chest more when you chin. Chest, yes, more. More, take your chest to your chin. So it meets your chin. Good, okay. Good, you got it. So what you can do, is walk your feet a little forward. And let go a little bit with your fingers. Just let now, take the head of the shin bones back. Yeah, and lift the hips more. So the knees, yes, and the knees are right over the ankles again, toes down. I'm gonna do this, okay? And then squeeze into my legs with your legs. Now lift your hips more. Roll your shoulders under, especially your right one. Right. Wow. Okay. Good. Now I'm gonna let go, but you don't move here. Good. Now lift the hips more. Take the head of the yes. Good. You can do on this. So you can. That's called Chatush Padasana when you're holding ankles. But if your feet are way far, so let's just watch this for 1 second. I want to show you this way. Okay. So you're holding the belt with your thumbs, and then you hold the front of the ankles at the shin. Pull the feet way back, so they're wider than normal. Roll the shoulders under. Now see how my knees are way forward of my feet, like low lunge. So I start like that, and then I'll take the head of the shin bones back, top buttocks to bottom buttocks, middle buttocks up, right? And then I can just hold the belt. If my feet are way far back, I can move the feet forward. So you get a really good lift. So this is a good tone. So try that. Okay, so before you're holding the belt, so what you do is you take your knees to the chest, and then you hold the ankles, hold the front of the shins with your hands. And just hold and then you lower your feet alongside your buttocks. Yes, that's it. Now head down. Now lift your knees up. Lift your heels down. Yes. Good. Now lift your hips up. Head down. Yeah. Now take okay. So go a little forward. Now use your feet. Go a little forward. More forward. More forward. More forward. More forward. Feet more in. Toes in. Turn your toes in. Good. Now start with that. Roll your shoulders under. Good. Lift your hips. Good. Move your knees way far forward of your toes. This way. And really get your upper body organized. And then take the head of the shin bones back. And then lift the back wrist. And then lift the middle buttocks. Now walk your feet move forward. your knee and loosen your grip on the belt, because you gotta walk your feet more forward, more. Now take the hips, shooting on the back, take the hips up and back towards your face. Yes, more, so now your knees are over your ankles, turn your toes in, don't turn your toes out, yeah. Yes. They take your outer hips to your outer knees. Yes, keep squeezing in, don't let that, yeah, better, good. And then, yeah, Franny, keep lifting, come on, lift. That's it. Good, now the shin on the back, that way, yeah. At the same time, buttocks go that way and back. Little buttocks away. Yes. Good. All right, come down and rest. Very good. Okay, so we won't do Sarvangasana because there's no time, but we'll do legs at the wall. Okay? So you can take your mat to the wall, skin into the mat to the wall, and keep your hips on one or two blankets. Right? So you have your, so it's more like you harmony, or you can use both for deeper. And then you have a little space for your buttocks to descend, so you have that nice curve in your lower back. And just take your leg straight up, a little bit apart to the space for your inner thighs. Roll in towards the wall. And if that bothers your back, you can adjust, right? You can either not use it, or maybe the skinny long is the few things that are the wider version. You can do wider or skinny, right? You can see how yours is wider and yours is skinny, and yours is wider and yours is skinny. So you can adjust, you can see what works better for you, right? Doesn't matter, it's just what works best. So you're trying the same way you expect that. Yeah, that's a little too far from you long. Yeah, especially with the wide one. Yeah, good, that was good. How does that feel for you? Good. Good. So it's like a combination of bridge and shoulder. So that's a little too wide, I think, fold it in half.
I just felt a little funny in the middle, so.
Oh, I see, I'm just trying to get it, well, yes, so you can have, or you can do that, you know, that's the.
Right.
Like, so you can see that.
I've always thought, actually, I've always used bolster, but it's actually too high.
Yeah, so then use the blanket, yeah. Okay, yeah, so you can see now you have a wider, you have a broader support, whereas you can have like look at language and the narrower support. So you can see what works better for you. Now this goes all the way here. So you can see what it's better. It's fine. You see. You like it, keep it. Yeah. And then eventually you want to go higher. Actually, yeah. Because then it's more of a combination of bridge and shoulders, right? You have your hips are elevated. And then you let your buttocks descend, and your chest is level. I think you need to move it a little closer to the wall, you're good. Yeah, I'll lift it for you, the bend knees, lift your hips. Okay, for that, because it's wide, right? So that looks better, right? So you can get the shoulder blades. Nice. Yeah, now release it out, you're good. How does this feel? Okay. So you don't have to engage. Yeah, so if that's too much, then you should fold it the long sleeve instead, right? You can see what works better.
It's not too much, just that, it doesn't, it doesn't, or maybe that's the measure too much. Somehow I feel like the rotation doesn't encourage
The rotation is much.
downward and. But I never know what encourages.
It looks pretty good. Just roll your thighs in, yes, and straighten your knees. Press your knees to the wall. Press to open the backs of your knees. Yeah, and like, yes. Right. You just work towards that slowly, right? Every once in a while you straighten and then relax. So you're not forcing. Push your feet a little more, but you lift your heels. Yeah, and then drop your buttocks as you do that. Yeah, both things. So it's kind of like a down dog, lifting your hips and descending your heels at the same time, right? Yes. Rolling the inner thighs to the wall, broaden the inner thighs, back thighs, pelvic floor. And then relax the abdomen. And breathe. This area for you, you can always stand for models. So, Backwards, seems the backwards, right? There's this connection between the two. So this widen and descend as you exhale, just release. It's here. Yeah, exactly, right? Let that come down. Yes, and then let this also relax down and spread on the back line. Don't, yeah, just everything relaxing. And then here you can just lower a little bit so that this is reaching. Just relax. Yeah. The fingers curl, when you stand, your fingers relax. Yes, Brittany. Exactly. So slowly, you know, the legs can descend into the hip sockets and the sitting bones can drop down and rather than the pelvic floor goes to the wall instead of up. So we'll be here for, let's say, 3 more minutes or so. So you can just keep your legs straight, or you can do a few variations if you like. Up to you. If you ever flex your foot again, yeah, and still rolling your thighs to the wall, especially at the pelvic floor. Yes, and press the legs to the wall, and then relax the effort of maintain that. So don't pump the quads, right? But it's more around the knees opening. And keep the heels extended. Yeah. Yeah, roll the legs in when you, yeah, keep the knees pointing straight back up. Don't roll the knees in, right? Don't roll the feet in. Everything points straight back, yes. Yeah, widen the pelvic floor and roll towards the rope wall. As you do this. For this one, bring your feet out, stay there, and put your heels down and put your buttocks to your hands, usually like wedge feet in, yeah, exactly. And then once you wedge in, just rest and breathe. Pay attention to your legs and lungeing, and look at your feet and legs and reassess. So this one's quite active. You don't sleep here, right? You really open the backs of your legs to meet the wall and press the legs to the wall actively. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and don't overly pull the toes back. Push out through the heels, but don't pull the toes back. Just extend the back of the leg and open the backs and knees any enough to the wall. This will be 1 more minute, 1 to 2 minutes here. Take a breath, and as you exhale, bend your knees, slide your feet down the wall, and pause it.
the rest of the wall squat, but internally rotate, have your feet about a foot distance. Right, you can wave your feet in and on, and pull them down. So your heels get close to your buttocks. And then you're gonna, push into the wall with your feet, lift your hips and roll side to side and chin your back, so your hips come off the bolster. And then you rest your legs on the bolster, so you can go to Baddha Konasana or cross legs, you can do a little bit of both if you like. Right, feet up on the blanket, you can do Baddha Konasana, couple of breaths, observe how that feels. You know, you can take a little time here, you can do maybe 5 breaths with Baddha Konasana, and then bring your knees up and cross the leg, like you're sitting cross-legged, right? And take like 5 breaths back. Maybe scoot back a little bit, finding this, so your buttocks are more back. Keep going, try that. You have a little more ability to open the legs that way. Yeah. Point the feet when you're sitting cross-legged, so extend the front of the ankles and turn the feet up towards the ceiling a little bit, right? So the whole leg turns out. Yeah. And then when you change the cross, you lift your legs up all the way, and then change the cross and lower the legs. And relax the feet and legs. And observe how it's a slightly different opening of the inner thighs and the tops of the thighs, right? Then Baddha Konasana. And then when you've had enough of that, you raise your legs up. And just rest your feet on the bolster, sit on back a quick distance apart, a couple of breaths, and then you're ready to roll over to your side and rest there for a couple of breaths. And then make your way up to sitting, take your time. And you're closing your chin. So crossing your legs. Corner the chin, and sit well and observe the pelvic floor. And legs and torso. Breath. And settle in your posture again. You just see how your things have changed. Lift your chest, release your legs down. Take one more blanket, please. Just grab that pink blanket. You just leave it folded like that. Just go whatever. Get that under, a little higher up. That's good. Put your buttocks back to the wall. Yes. And release your legs down. Yeah. Take your hands to prayer. And then we'll do our closing chant. Take a big breath in and out in preparation for Om. And then inhale deeply for Om. Lifting your heart, open your shoulders and chest. Om. Follow the sounds. Asatoma. Satgamaya. Soma. Chirgamaya. Brichorma. Britangamaya. Purnamada. Purnamida. Purnam Udachyate. Purnasya. Purnamadaya. Purnameva. Vashishyate. Om. Shanti.
Take a little deeper breath and lift the heart. And as you exhale, release the head once again to the heart and release the hands to the thighs. And pause for a moment. And surrendering your brain to your heart. Take a moment to dedicate the merits of your practice to whomever or whatever you would like. Could be to yourself. And as you're ready, keep your eyes closed and on the inhale, curl up the back of your neck, and with your eyes closed, raise your gaze. Once again, soften and broaden your internal focus and keep descending into your heart center. And keep your gaze looking inwards as you allow your eyelids to gently float open. Okay, have a good day. Thanks for coming. I hope you cool down. For the rest of the day. You got your sweat out now. So that was Danny closes this week. Next week, see you for benefits. Okay. Okay, Morgan?
Yeah, okay.
Good. See you next week.
Yeah, see you Monday.
Okay. Well, good day.
Yeah, bye.
My mom mentioned she's gonna be off over for a few days. My dad has a knee surgery.
Oh, doing replacement?
It's like I think it's like minimally invasive.
Oh,
But
good.
it's still, I don't like, a little
Our
hard.
hips are tough.
Yeah, so I think, and then it's a little hard to know what they're doing here, because I kind of like to get corresponding,
Yeah.
names for those procedures.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they might be differently there too. I mean, you know, good to do. Huh? They might do things slightly differently there.
Yeah,
too.
exactly, yeah, but it's hard to tell, just the terminology difference or.
Right, I mean, yeah, it's so weird if you know, like different things, like, you know, like you look on the internet at the material that goes in the hip,
Right.
it's like, whoa, you know, it's like. Plastic and titanium and this and that. Yeah, that's what's happening, yeah, having the bionic man and woman. But sometimes it's just, you know, other things, but yeah, I know, it's very big.
I can check my figure.
What's that?
I can put all sorts of, I get, yeah.
Yeah, everything can go in there.